Developing a community solar project. 3 key components to developing a community solar project are siting the project, developing a project team, and creating the financial model and product offering of the project. The site selected for a community solar project can impact the cost to build the project and, consequently, the offering made to subscribers. While cost and generation abilities of any site depend on site conditions, on average 5 acres of panels can host photovoltaic panels representing about 1 megawatt of solar, which would typically serve 1 to 200 households. The maximum project size for community solar projects in the New Jersey Community Solar Energy Pilot Program was capped at 5 megawatts. The pilot program had no minimum kW size requirements. However, projects were required to have at least 10 subscribers. Determining the site of a project is sometimes done by the municipality, or a developer may propose sites or suggest the municipality join a project sited in another part of the same utility service territory. Community solar can be located on many types of sites, including private or public land, brownfields or closed landfills, for instance, public buildings, commercial rooftops, such as warehouses or manufacturing facilities, affordable multifamily housing, buildings owned by nonprofit organizations, churches, and other sites. The solar installation must be located in the same electric utility service territory as the subscribers. For example, if subscribers are PSE&G customers, the community solar project must be in PSE&G territory. There are online tools to evaluate sites for community solar projects. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has a community solar PV siting tool. This can be found on the New Jersey DEP website. The New Jersey DEP Community Solar PV Siting Tool can show the estimated interconnection capacity of a site. The PV Watts Calculator. This is an interactive tool created by the U.S. Department of Energy. The tool estimates the solar generation capacity based on the location and other characteristics of the site. There are also interconnection capacity maps. For additional information about interconnection and contact information for each utility's interconnection department, see the NJCEP interconnection page. Interconnection and capacity. Each utility must have enough hosting capacity at the site to accept incoming electrical current, and each utility must have infrastructure in place in the area of the solar project to connect the solar system to the grid. Utility infrastructure upgrades to accommodate specific sites are possible, but add to the overall development cost of the project. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection site permitting process. Before submitting a project for approval, applicants have to complete the NJDEP Permit Readiness Checklist. Project organizers have the option to have the plans reviewed by the NJDEP Office of Permitting and Project Navigation to identify the permits needed and other possible issues. Floating community solar projects, which are projects sited to float on bodies of water, must meet the NJDEP Office of Permitting and Project Navigation before an application is submitted. When selecting a site for a community solar project, an important consideration is the type of solar array that can be installed at the site. Roof mount panels are installed on a building's roof. The condition of the roof is important. Poor roof conditions may add to the cost of the project. The roof shouldn't require replacement within the projected lifetime of the solar installation, which is about 25 years. Ground mount solar panels are mounted on a framework directly on the ground, including brownfields, closed landfill sites, and other sites that would be difficult to develop. Community solar projects may not be sited on preserved farmland. Canopy mount panels are suspended over parking lots or other uses of the ground space. Canopy-mounted panels have the highest cost per kilowatt hour due to the engineering and equipment required for the canopy. Floating panels are solar arrays floating on a body of water. This was done in Sayreville for their 4.4 megawatt installation at the water treatment plant. Redevelopment zones and community solar. If the site being considered for a community solar project is in a redevelopment zone, the project will be able to take advantage of redevelopment zone financing tools and incentives, as well as the provisions established for redevelopment zones in New Jersey contract law. One of the powers of a redevelopment agency, as put forth in the law, is the ability to lease or convey property or improvements without public bidding. While this may expedite a community solar project, the municipality may still decide to issue a request for proposal or RFP for solar development of the site to ensure that the most advantageous development offer is selected for the project. In Linden, New Jersey, they made the choice to issue an RFP for developer for their project located on a municipal landfill redevelopment site. If the site under consideration for a community solar project meets the criteria for a redevelopment zone as established in New Jersey contract law, the municipality may consider designating the area a redevelopment zone. A community solar project team will include the project owner, which is the entity that will financially and legally control the project, and they often serve as the developer, particularly in the early stages of project development. The developer, who oversees construction and acts as a liaison to the utility, and the property or site owner. This is the owner of the site where the panels will be placed. This can be a public entity, such as a municipality or school, a private entity, such as a commercial or industrial site, or a nonprofit entity site, such as a church, shelter, affordable housing complex, or the like. The site owner can be, but does not necessarily need to be, the same as the project owner. And the subscriber organization. The subscriber organization conducts subscriber acquisition and subscriber management. All subscriber organizations are required to register with the Board of Public Utilities. Hiring a consultant is a decision some municipalities make to facilitate planning for a community solar project, particularly if the municipality is seeking to lead or be actively engaged in the development of the project. Common roles for consultants include completing the New Jersey Clean Energy Program application paperwork and managing competitive bidding and RFPs to select a developer. It's not mandatory to work with an energy consultant. However, if the municipality decides to hire an energy consultant, an RFP is highly recommended. If a request for proposal is issued, notifying energy consultants on the NJBPU list of energy agents will maximize the number of proposals received. Another option for engaging an energy consultant is to work with a purchasing co-op that's already conducted a competitive bidding process for energy consultation services. How will the consultant be paid? There are several ways consultant fees can be structured in a community solar project. The municipality can pay an agreed-upon fee directly, including the fee in a larger consulting contract, or compensate the energy consultant when the final contract is signed with the developer. If the energy consultant works on spec until the project is approved, the consultant is compensated through the terms of the developer contract. If the project doesn't move forward, the consultant is not paid. Is a consultant required? No, having a consultant is not a requirement. A municipality is not required to take a major leadership role in the design and implementation of a project, but rather can provide support to a developer's project. Federal programs. Investment tax credits or ITCs. The Federal Investment Tax Credit allows a project owner to deduct a percentage of the cost of a solar project from their federal taxes. More information can be found at the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar Technologies Office publication, Guide to the Federal Investment Tax Credit for Commercial Solar PV. State programs. Brownfields. For projects that involve brownfields, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, or NJEDA, has funded to support initial site preparation work through the Brownfields and Contaminated Site Remediation Program. More information can be found in the New Jersey Economic Development Authority's report, Brownfields and Contaminated Site Remediation Program. Community solar projects are eligible to receive incentives through the Successors Solar Incentive Program, or SUSI program. This program has a mechanism called Solar Renewable Energy Certificates 2, or SREC 2. These incentives are production-based, with 1 megawatt-hour of solar production leading to the creation of one SREC 2 for 15 years. The value of each SREC 2 is set by the Board of Public Utilities. In almost all community solar projects, these incentives go to the project owner, unless otherwise agreed upon in the ownership contract. More information about the incentives available through the SUSE program can be found at njcleanenergy.com, Renewable Energy, Programs, SUSE program. Visit njcleanenergy.com or call 866-657-6278 to learn more about community solar.